Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of the X Button Reacts. I am one of your hosts, Alejandro. With me is my lovely co-host.
Oh, I'm ready to see some stuff, Alejandro. Are you?
Yes, I'm so excited. I mean, just imagine Microsoft is giving us two conferences this year when Sony has given us nothing. So I'm excited to see what they show us. So 20 seconds to go.
Yes, indeed. I'm actually going to pull it up on mine as well. I need to do that. So I have audio.
So just quick, if the Halo Infinite date is not in this thing, I'm going to lose it. Absolutely lose it. Because they're insisting it's coming out this year. And they came out with the news that it's not even going to have co-op to launch, or even the Forge. Here we go.
I am in. Or at least I thought I was. I'm watching it on yours, but I'm trying to find the audio for mine. What is it under?
It's you just find IGN, put Xbox Gamescom IGN.
Mine's all no, that's
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
We've got so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Okay.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
Oh, wait a second. Is this going to be like a repeat of E3? I mean, remember E3 ended with Forza Horizon?
Yeah.
$5.
And with a long showcase also. So.
Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/.
Oh, they're actually having a QA with Bungie on Thursday. Interesting. We're not reacting to that. So.
Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
Oh yeah, remember that Dying Light 2 is coming out this year.
All right, here we go.
In December.
Hello, I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer. And this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th.
Mine is slightly faster than yours, so I paused it briefly.
So you can be like
another ad.
We've been working on really hard for the last few years.
All right, and they just reconfirmed that Dying Light 2 still this year for December. So.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this. Probably like many others.
They look like every post-apocalyptic game.
People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it.
That's more like
but it was the people who made the world the way it is.
We're able to link it now?
This city.
Yeah.
Villador.
Actually got to bring this.
They tell me they had a vision. They had hope.
All right, let's see.
But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
It's a nice little transition.
Instead of fighting together,
were you big on Dying Light, Paul?
I was actually. It was like my sleeper hit of the year it came out.
2015,
because nobody played it, and it was like this really solid game to play. I didn't really like the story as much as I love the gameplay loop of like free running everything. But it was also a little weird because I don't know, it just had a very specific style to it. Like, I never played Mirror's Edge.
Oh, really?
So this was like, that whole style of game was very new to me.
So I will say this, the gameplay was actually better than Mirror's Edge.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't really miss out on too much.
Exactly. Obviously, Mirror's Edge was the foundation for the idea of first person this, but
like,
Dying Light just did it. Yeah, Dying Light just did it better. So, and it was in an open world. Mirror's Edge, the first one was more linear. Then the second one tried to do open world, and it wasn't that great. So
They say that great change is a series of small gestures. How about this series?
The chat's kind of making fun of this whole
Are they?
concept. They're like, people suck, it's not the zombies that are bad, it's the humans. Don't let hope die, hope is your last
Is
hope.
all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timon? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's
Okay.
a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2.
are they also
But
tied with
there's
Strangers
another
of
thing that
Paradise by
stood
any
out to
chance?
me. All
Modern
those
Dark
parkour moves
Ages.
that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game.
I wish we had done a
The player
react to
can
the
stagger
Square
an
Enix
enemy and
thing
use
from
them
E3
to perform
like this.
further attacks.
If I
For
had
example,
if I
by
had my
rebounding
machine, just
from their
seeing your
bodies and
reaction to
jumping
Stranger
on
of
them
Paradise,
onto
like
other foes,
live
and
as it
so
was
on.
happening.
I think we
Just-
captured the
Glad
movement really
we
well
didn't.
and made it quite simple for the players to
I
perform.
don't know
I can't
what
wait
would have
for them to try it
happened.
out and tell for
Oh,
themselves how much they
man.
loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted.
Yeah, this is a little too
They
long.
are
Just
much
hustle,
bolder now,
please.
at least during the
They're
day.
talking a
And
lot
they are
about
more
it.
vicious too.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Chances this gets delayed, Paul?
Man, I don't even know. I feel like
For the first time,
If they
in the storied
do,
history
it would
of the
be a
franchise,
surprise.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
But will
launched
will
on
it though?
home console
no, if,
2021?
if it came
Xbox
out,
Series
it
X
would
Oh,
be
okay.
and
a
S
surprise.
last month.
Sorry.
Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation
guy's jacket
translated
looks
to
very
the console,
comfy, though.
and that's
Yeah.
why I'm extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, York Newman.
What's
to the
funny is
stream.
that,
York, thank you for being
like,
here.
Microsoft
The
Flight
last
Simulator
time we
already
met
came
was at
out
the
on
Xbox
Xbox.
Game Showcase, and it was
So,
getting ready to come out on console.
what
How did
are
that
you
go?
guys
It
gonna
went
talk
great.
about?
As you said,
Well,
the
he's-
reaction to
he
the
just said
Xbox
it's
console
getting
launch
ready to
was,
come out on
was really just
console.
amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback.
No, it's already out.
I don't know if you know, but
Oh, the guy just
Flight
said
Simulator is
it's
one of
getting
the
ready
highest
to
rated
come out,
games
so I
on
don't know what
Xbox this
that's
year,
about.
I'm
which
so
I think
confused
is just
then.
great validation that the
I already saw the tech
translation of the
reviews and all
simulation
that. That's
to the
usually when the
console
games
has
usually
has
come
really
out.
worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really.
I
But-
grew up really loving flight simulators, so I'm glad that these kind of things are getting popular.
All right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
All right, yeah, they have to talk. They have to
Oh,
talk about
that's what
Top
they're
Gun.
doing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
talked about
Yes.
Top Gun Maverick earlier.
Because remember,
the
they
fans
announced
are
that at
super
E3,
excited.
so
they saw the FAA
to be
team,
fair.
they can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it.
By the way,
But
the
there's
update
so
for
much else
Destiny
going
2 is
on,
already
even before
live,
Maverick.
Paul.
So
Oh, nice.
we are
Yeah, so
continuing to do our
make
monthly
sure
I'm
I
going to
download
pretend
it.
to
things
watch
that we've been
this and
doing for a
actually
long
be
time.
Yeah.
playing.
And next month, on September 7th,
Yeah,
we're
it's
launching
4 gigs.
World Update 6.
So,
And,
14 minutes.
this world update.
You bought the
at
deluxe
the beginning
edition,
of
right?
The show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying
back
into the
when
zone.
Beyond
But
Light
we
was
did
a
that
thing.
because World Update
Yeah, so
6
you already got
updates
the new
that
season
region,
ready.
the
So
region of
I have to buy
Gamescom.
it
So Germany,
because I'm buying them a
Austria,
la
Oh,
carte.
that's
Switzerland.
true.
And what
Because
that means to us is we
that
have
gives you
new
everything
aerial
from
and
this
satellite
year,
images.
not
We
just
have a
what
new
was already
elevation
out.
map that helps us with the mountains, so the Alps
Okay, well,
actually
that's
look
cool then.
awesome now.
I will say that,
We
like,
have
just
new 3D cities like Frankfurt
being
and Wuppertal
facetious
in
about it
Germany.
outside,
We have
like
Basel in
this
Switzerland.
Microsoft Flight Simulator
We
is
have Vienna and
impressive.
Graz in Austria.
It's an impressive
And,
piece of graphical work.
and those cities
Fantastic
look just
looking.
amazing. They have like
I
7
wish I
20
kind of
meters
had the
resolution,
patience to
resolution, and
just sit around
it's
and fly
awesome.
through
But we want to celebrate
these
the entire
environments.
region.
I feel that
So
would
we
be the
picked
kind of
100
game
of
that
the
I would
most
put
scenic
out
places, the most
to
famous landmarks, and we
put
call
a
those
podcast on
POIs,
in the background
and
if I
we
need to
sort
hear
of
something, just kind of chill.
spread them throughout
Because I
throughout
love
the
doing that,
simulation.
playing games and listening to
we
podcasts,
also
the podcasts
added
that I
airports.
listen
We
to.
did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany and Klagenfurt in
That's the
Austria
kind of
and
thing that I
Bern in
love
Switzerland.
games like Elite
and what
Dangerous
ties it
and
all
No Man's
together
Sky
is-
4, because
is
like when you're
missions.
just
We're having
flying
new,
through the environment,
discovery
it just
flights, we
feels
have
so
new
good.
landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of
So
Earth.
I have a
And
theory,
this
Paul.
is a celebration.
This showcase is
of-
going to
of DACH,
disappoint.
Of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be
am
able to
thinking the
announce
same
date
thing.
here
Yeah,
at Gamescom.
it's like
You know,
because so
that is
far,
really
unless they
incredible, all
have
the
secret
different regions
bangers
and
that they
everything
haven't
that you
announced,
have in the
just
game and the
I mean, just the
way
fact
that
that they
you're able
already
to
like
actually
talked about
highlight
like
those.
the mission Psychonauts.
Yeah, I
That
think
game
it's-
came out
it's
this week.
really cool, but you know, for us,
Why are they
it's
gonna
actually
talk
not
about
just
it?
the region and the visuals.
already
we are,
out.
We are.
Maybe just remind
we
people,
talked a
I
lot
don't
when you
know.
study
Sure,
aviation, when you
but
love aviation. Like
when you do
me,
showcases, you because you want to
you actually
showcase things that are
realize that a
coming
lot
up,
of regions
and
of Earth have a very special relationship.
I don't know about them
with flying
showcasing
and
more of
aviation.
Forza Horizon.
Sometimes
It's a racing
you know,
game.
the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous.
I guess I only care
pilot,
if they
or
actually give a date to
feat
Halo.
of
If not,
aviation, or like a local
I'll
manufacturer.
be flabbergasted.
So we thought to ourselves, why do we
That
not use
is
these world updates to
true.
celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends, and think about that as planes that are.
There was something they were going to
locally
show
well-known,
like
in that region,
Sifu
but
and a
outside in the
couple
world,
other
not so
things.
much.
That I
No,
was
no,
like,
Sifu's
Why not use
PlayStation.
the world updates to highlight this, to bring these
So,
awesome machines to a
even-
Oh
worldwide
no, I'm thinking the
audience?
Jeff Keighley
So for
thing.
World
That's
Update
why I
6,
was
we picked,
excited.
a German plane.
Yeah,
from
the Jeff Keighley thing
1930s.
is sort of like
It's
more
called
all-encompassing,
Junkers
so-
U-52. In Germany, it's actually it's
Dang.
lovingly named
Sony didn't
Tante U,
announce
so
that they're
Ant U.
going to be
And
part
we
of
think
that
of
thing,
us as
so
sort of a digital,
that'll be
digital
interesting.
preservation.
Like,
So we
Sony's
really
just
want to get
remains
these
quiet.
planes to an extreme level of
Yeah.
detail. We're going
Well, obviously
out of our way
Microsoft
to really go deep.
just
so
won't
we're
shut
doing
up.
a full scan. We take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can really do this. And then we're working with, for the Junkers, we worked with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers, and he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization.
I would say
that
that
is preserving
that
one
guy
of the
that's like
last
hosting this
surviving
Paris,
examples of
the
Junkers.
guy that put the
So
glasses
they
on,
let
like
us scan and take photographs.
he has gotten
And
really
then we were
big
lucky
into
that
like
to find a pilot
show
that
like
actually
appearing in
flew one of those
podcasts and all
planes
that, and
while it
he's
was still
been
flying in
in
real
the
world.
podcast game
And
for a
he
while.
lets us know, like,
He
is
did
the
one of
cockpit
the
right,
original
is the
Xbox
sounds right, is
podcast
the feel
called
right in the
Gamer Tag
air?
Radio.
So we're having a blast.
Back when I say
working with
old,
these
it's
experts
really
to
old, like
bring these,
360
celebrate this
era
plane and
old.
bring them back to life.
And
Dang.
So
he's been
sort of
around
almost
for
like
a
you're
Yeah.
creating
while.
like a digital
and
museum
he
for
said that he was
aviation
getting ready
inside
to
Microsoft
retire,
Flight
but then
Simulator.
like
Yeah, I mean, it's
the
basically
pandemic
it's a
and
museum with
all these
flyable
different
planes.
opportunities
we're
has been
working
giving
with,
him new life. So
40
that's actually
museums
really
around
cool
the
to
world.
see
And it's
him
honestly
kind of
one
get
of
that
the
extra
funnest parts
kick
of the
to
job.
make him
you end
keep
up
pushing.
working with these curators of planes. These are their
I mean,
babies.
hosting
And they sort of
showcases.
see
I'm
the
surprised
time
that
in
I've
the real
never
world, sort of
seen
nagging on
him,
their
or I
remaining
don't
planes, and they're
remember
so
seeing
happy
him in
when we come in
anything
with our scanning
before
equipment,
now.
and we're basically
the thing is that the
capturing their planes,
podcast
and they
world
know
is
that we can
so
digitally
wide.
preserve them in perpetuity.
There's so many
And
podcasts
we're
that have
actually
been going for
giving those scans
forever that
back
are
to
so
the
big that I
museum so they
didn't
can
even
do
know
something with
were
it.
even a
And
thing.
it's a
So
great
Yeah.
collaboration.
depends on where you're looking.
And
That's
we're actually
usually
not
the
just looking back in the
that's
history
usually
of
the
aviation,
rule.
we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company called Volocopter.
Man, remember if
And
imagine
they're
if we were
making
doing
a,
reactions on 2020 if we had the tech. Remember the PlayStation 5, not the June reveal, the March reveal, the Mark Cerny one.
Drone type machines.
Imagine if we had been watching that one.
Large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that
the
we are
ASMR.
capturing their plane.
That's always like
the flight simulator, and that's coming out in November.
The catch-22 of reacting to this kind of things, because you don't know if it's going to be like a straight game showcase, or if it's going to
yeah, there's one more thing. I'm so happy to announce
more developer interviews.
RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association, and every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race, and we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth, and I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed.
A little trailer to look at.
We go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
Yeah, show me Maverick.
You said it.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if this is the frickin' trailer for that specifically, or if it was for something else that they were trying to show.
I mean, he said we're going to the danger zone. That's
I think he was just excited about the trailer.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, this is about the racing tournament, and I think that was the trailer. Okay, so that was it.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes.
I wonder if Sony's watching this and they're like...
this is also the first time when you can basically race against
well, apparently they're currently streaming Mortal Kombat 11,
so
according to
competitive
Switch.
multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Priorities.
And
right.
that will definitely test your
priorities of a game that already
coming out. This is coming
ended
out
its support.
This fall, so it's
like
right
no more
around the
DLC
corner.
and all of that.
Oh, that
Some
is
people are
fantastic. And you know
ruminating
I have
that
a need for
they're going
speed,
to
so
announce
I
the
can't
next
wait
one
to get
soon,
my hands on this and
based on
participate
like the
in some of these
math.
air races.
They have to.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
We're like, if things had gone
If going fast on the ground
the
is
year,
more your
like,
speed, keep an eye
how
out
it's
for
been going,
extended
this
look
would have been
at
the year
Forza
for
Horizon
new
5 later on in the stream.
Mortal Kombat.
We'll also talk
Or a
with
new
Wasteland
Injustice.
3's game director
That'd
about
be
the
cool if
game's
Sony
next big
announced
DLC.
that.
But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
All right. How else are you gonna like sweeten the deal? Wait, Humble Games? Okay.
Say definitely that Midnight Fight Express is the one I'm most excited about, but I can vibe with a lot of this.
Yeah, I would say this, like, at the very least, it's like on Game Pass, so I can at least try them.
True.
Remember, you can also try it, Paul.
Yep, somehow they did
know.
it. They added
For
even
$1.
more games
I need
to
to
Game
accept
Pass.
it.
But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director.
Hey.
And we're gonna see
Yeah.
what's next for it.
That
Sea
is
of
not
Thieves.
something I'm
But
gonna
now
want to
we've
watch
got a
too
new
much of, though.
roguelike
Yeah.
retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion,
It's literally
saves you
so.
plundering
Okay,
through shifting
it's
dungeons
literally
to defeat a mysterious
E3.
Eldritch terror. Let's dive.
Wait, so
Okay,
they
Into
said
the
this
Pit?
it's a Metro vibe roguelike shooter.
It's going into the pit. Okay, this is new.
Very Doom.
Very do. Yes, I was gonna say that. Very
And by that I mean
Cthulhu.
there's just a lot of satanic stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of portals.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. I can see the roguelike nature, yep. I don't see how they're gonna call this Metro, though. Maybe I'm just...
Or your problem is heard.
This feels more like the Lichtenstein Battle Mage.
Okay, you
know if you
play that
remember.
garbage? Because
I tried
played,
to.
Oh my god, it was like the worst running game of all time when I played it.
So apparently it was made specifically for PC, and they ported it very cheaply. Fortunately, when I bought it, they actually gave me a full refund because I said it didn't work right. Because it did.
Okay, they want Game Pass into the pit. More Game Pass ammo for the year.
There.
Well, I am here with creator
Well,
director
here
of
goes
World's Edge,
another,
Adam Ice Green, and Adam. I'm
long
so
interview.
excited to talk H4, of course, because you've brought something a
We're
little
gonna be here
different
for a
and very
minute,
special
but
today.
hopefully if they show us
So,
like
you know, so
a
far
good
we've
amount of
been showing
gameplay of it,
everyone
because I haven't
what
seen
Age
much
looks
of
like
Age of
from in
Empires
the game,
4.
you know, when you're playing it.
As long
You
as
get
it
to see
looks
a lot
like
of
Age of
footage
Empires,
that,
I
and
used
we've
to
also showed a
love
little
Age
bit
of
our
Empires
campaigns,
back in the day,
right,
especially
through,
the
when we
offshoot
unveiled
mythology.
100 Years' War
Age of
and
Mythology,
War.
like
But we have yet another
I spent way too
way
much
in
time
Age
than
of
I
Empires 4 that
wanted
we're
to,
kind of
to
bringing
spend on
history
Age
to
of
life that we haven't
Mythology.
talked about yet.
I never thought that that
See,
game could
here's
like
the
really
thing.
grab you
You
if you just
put
let
me in
it.
suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it.
Well,
Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-On Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment.
The interviewer
on one of
looks
the
like
most
Rita
popular
Skeeter
units
from
Age of Empires
Harry
franchise
Potter.
and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I
If
gotta
Harry
say,
Potter was
let's
filmed this
take a look.
year, this is exactly how she would look.
Okay, now this is more like it. Now
counterweight
show us more.
That, man, these graphics are insane.
Yeah,
Of all siege engines.
FMB the game.
Catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances.
Trebuchet.
At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world. Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has
The
several key
original
features.
Yeet machine.
A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the
I
projectile
mean, this is cool,
at
but it's
the
not the
other.
game.
To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised
Yeah,
using
this is-
tread wheels.
Like,
So this is
I
one of
like
the
the
wheels,
idea,
one of two
but
that's
all this says to
attached
me
to
is
an axle,
we don't have
which
enough
would lift
to
Yeah,
fill
so let's
the
just
time.
fill this
weighing
up and
6
say we were in
tons.
Gamescom just to
It's
say we
based
were
on
in
muscle
Gamescom.
power
Let's
alone.
explain the entire process of a trebuchet.
About
Yeah.
launching the projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it
We need a
really sends this
supercut
point
of
the
like
arm
all
moving
of the
at
math
its
that they're
highest
talking about
velocity.
right now.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
Oh no. So
In
I'm
order
kind
to
of
weaken
reading
the
the
castle walls or
patch
even
notes
breach them,
for
you had to make sure that the projectiles
for the
hit
patch
the
that
same
Destiny
spot
just dropped.
every single time.
For strikes, they added 2 new disadvantage
For each projectile to
modifiers
follow
for
the
the
same trajectory,
Vanguard Strikes playlist. So
they
what that
all
means is
had
like
to be
sometimes
the
there's like the
same weight
glass
and shape.
modifier that you can die quicker,
To achieve
or the
this,
airborne one that if you're like
Masons used a gauge.
Right.
jumping, if you get shot there, you can get immediately
Now, I'm
killed.
gonna
They're
load
adding 2 more of
this
those.
projectile
Oh,
into
no.
the
Be harder.
sling.
But they're also adding
This one
2
must weigh about
advantage
25
modifiers.
kilograms, but
Those are
some
like,
projectiles can
oh
get
yeah,
up to
like stronger grenades or
150
charger
kilograms.
things
That's
like
the weight of
that.
2 men.
So they're adding that.
Do we know what they're adding?
They just say that they
Trebuchets
added
were
2
also
disadvantage
used
modifiers
to
and
throw
advantage
burning tar,
modifiers.
Oh lord.
That's what the
beehives,
patch notes say.
even dead bodies. Anything to cause maximum distress to the enemy.
Did you hear that whoosh?
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
October 28th.
No gameplay?
You know I'm going to say
No game.
Trebuch, yay!
Yeah.
Don't care, because that is
All
awesome.
right.
And
This is bad,
remarkably
Paul.
unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking at what
Do
we
they
were
really
doing with
give
Age
us
of
the
Empires 4,
greatest conference they've
there's
ever
a phrase I'm really
done
fond of, which is history is
in
only as
June?
interesting as the people who talk
And now
about
they
it.
give us
And
this.
you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage.
By the way, the
on how
Destiny
things really
planet
worked
on login
and how
looks
things
much
were
cooler
made.
now.
And
It's
it's
like
been
blue.
delightful to kind of go through that process
Instead of the purple.
get all these and finally start showing them.
They usually change it with the
I
new
love
season.
It. Now,
So
you also, of
Is
course,
the music the
you've
same?
got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history
Is the music the
segments.
same?
Anything else that you can tell us, fans?
Because it always
what
like
we can
blows out
expect
my
looking
speakers
forward
when
to?
I
Any
start it up,
favorites you got
unless I
coming
yeah,
put
the
that
music
on.
it remains the
favorites.
same as
Oh,
expansion.
man.
That will
Well,
change until
I think my
it doesn't say
personal
Beyond
favorite
Light.
is one called
That's
Medieval
true.
Surgery. And I'm gonna let your
Also, the
imagination
game is
go with what we
temporarily
might
at
show and
capacity.
what we might
You will
talk
join the
about
game in
that
the
one.
order in which you connected. So
But the thing I
there's
love
a
about
logging
them
queue.
is that
So
they go all over the place. So, you know, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when she shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, you know, like illuminated history and hawk falconing and, you know, like horse taming, armor creation. And there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign in the game.
yeah, more Mongols.
I mean,
After
I
like,
just
me
love
slaying
the
a couple of
amount
them
of
in
history that you guys. Age of Empires always known
in,
for bringing history
Ghost of
alive in a
Tsushima.
completely different way.
Which,
And
by the
I
way,
also love
is
that
it
you
just me or
mentioned
is
this to people
expansion
that
way harder?
you and the team do so
Than
much
usual.
research, and it's so great to see
Wait,
this
what do you
approach
mean?
being
In Ghost of
used
Tsushima.
in a hands-on history kind of segment. But, I mean, what was
it
that
is
approach like to
because
sort of,
they added
you know,
two
sell going
things.
forward, especially
These
shaman.
constant
such a unique
singing
in-game
stupid
experience?
shaman
Well, the cool thing
Mongols.
was
Those
it was there from
guys
day one. It was one of the things I
and
was
the
really
dudes that
wanted
switch
to do is try to
weapons.
tell these stories in a different way.
And can you
but I'll
imagine
tell you,
jumping
like,
into
full
that
disclosure, it's been
on
insanely
lethal mode
nerve-wracking
where
because
like
we're trying
everyone
something
dies in
completely
2
different that no one's
hits?
ever done
Oh,
before.
I had to
in a
switch
game,
back
right?
down to
We're like,
medium.
we're
So I was
history,
like,
we're a
I'm
game,
not
we're
having
teaching
fun
you
with
things,
this.
like, having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really challenging. And you know, every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh god,
Saw
is it gonna,
the
it's gonna
group
work?
chat
Like,
for
people
Destiny.
gonna like this? And
The
great thing
picture
is,
of
so far, everyone
Savathun
that's
from the
really
back
experienced the
nearly
entire
killed
thing
me
put
just
together
now.
have just been
Why?
like, wow, this is great. And it's so
Oh,
look
very kind of
closely
cool
at
and
it.
refreshing.
I see.
So,
Yeah.
no. So far, so good, right? But
took
yeah,
3
it's been
seconds
a
for
journey,
them
you
to
know,
start
get all this done
acting.
and put the whole
Yeah.
game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned Journey because we are coming towards the end
Oh my
of this
gosh.
development journey
Yes.
for Age 4.
Just so you
Talk
know,
to me
Paul,
about
this
where
has
people
been
can
going for
find and
30
learn more
minutes
about
now.
Age of Empires 4. I know they're all
30
chomping at the
minutes.
bit.
Oh, well, you know, October 28th, we are launching the game.
How are
You
they
can go to
launching on October
ageofempires.com to
28th
learn
and they don't
more
have any
about the
gameplay to
title.
show
And if
us?
you're really, really excited, right now you can go
That's
onto
a
the
big problem
Microsoft Store
Microsoft
or
always
Steam,
has.
pre-order the game right
Like,
now.
I get it
And of
that they
course,
want
we
to
will
talk
be
to
there
the people
day one,
behind it,
Xbox
but
Game Pass
we
for
didn't need
PC
to
as
watch
well,
an
so
entire
anyone that's on
process
that, you
of
just
a
grab the game and start
trebuchet
playing.
or the archery
But-
people.
Yes, I believe you are a part of something
But-
very
Just think
special.
about the
Yes,
Destiny
so
showcase. It had
Gamescom
people
opening
talking,
at
but it had
Yes.
also had
11 a.m.
things
Pacific
showing.
time.
That was
There
perfect.
might be something
I'll
Age of
give it that
Empires related
because
in there, so if
Get
you're a fan,
Destiny
you
was
probably should tune in.
recorded,
A bit of a
and
tease from Mr.
maybe
Ice
that's always
Cream.
easier
And I
to
like it very much.
play
Adam, thank you
through.
so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a
But
pleasure.
live
Age of
is
Empires
always
4 looks
weird to like,
fantastic,
all right,
so I
let's jump
cannot
to
wait.
this thing
October
while
28th,
we
neither should
talk
you.
over
Now we
it.
have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But
They're
now,
really hyping up
let's
that
catch up
extended
with
look at
Calrissian
Forza
That's what I'm
Horizon.
saying. It's
Flying the
like
skies in Microsoft
you
That's
already
what they're
have-
talking
Different kind
about.
of
Like,
Yeah.
oh.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming gaming is already available on Windows PCs.
Look, and
mobile
I don't
phones,
want to
and
seem
tablets.
like we're just
And
biased
now
with
it's coming
PlayStation
to
and
Xbox
constantly
console. The future with cloud
bashing
gaming
something,
sounds
but
bright. waiting.
No, because I mean, we were excited
running
about the
out of
Game
hard
Pass
drive
indies
space,
just
Yeah.
now.
waiting to patch,
And that's the
no
thing, and
buying a
we
new
sang the
console
praises of that
just to play with your
E3
friends.
conference, but
See how the vision of cloud gaming
And
will
we
bring
clowned on
people
This
Sony
together without
a week or
barriers.
two ago anyway.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together
I think
to me
about
really
cloud, when I
show
think
you
about
the future
gaming.
where you can pick up something and you could play it
Oh.
anywhere and you could do it
They were like,
quickly.
all right, say what you said, but with like 20 more words.
yeah, when I think about cloud, I think about hamburgers.
Cloud gaming is phenomenal. That's pretty.
I will
great.
say this,
mean,
like
that's
the
pretty
XCOM
awesome.
thing,
This
mixing it
actually
with Game
looks so
Pass.
good.
This is amazing.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they
The
have.
one thing I'll give
Cloud gaming
Stadia
is
the
really
credit
about looking
for
at how
was
people play differently.
Setting
I
the
know
stage.
me in
setting the
particular,
stage
sometimes I
for
just have 20 minutes.
cloud gaming.
It should be
to
as
actually
easy
and
as
here-
finding
and
a game
ironically,
that you look for on your
xCloud
console
announced it
and
first.
just jumping right in.
Stadia kind of announced it after and came out
Crazy about
first.
this is like the
Huh.
latency.
So the thing is that because they didn't have the right business model and a horrible launch lineup, Stadia just died on the
Like
vine.
you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want.
You know, at
you
least
press
with
play.
Xbox doing it,
So
you know they
easy
had
nowadays,
experience
you
with
can pick up
games,
any
with making
device
games.
and pretty much
Yeah,
play
Skyrim
the
on
Xbox
the
game
on your
Game
phone.
Pass.
Yeah, really.
I feel that would be a great
If
play
my
to play it
friends
because
have
it's not
titles I
like
don't have yet,
a
I
twitchy
can
game,
just
it's
wait
an
for them to send me an
RPG.
invite. It makes content just so much more accessible.
I really love the flexibility. It's awesome.
The next
Everything
time
that
they
Xbox is
show
doing right now is just
something
getting rid of the
that
limits
doesn't excite
of
me,
having to be on a
I'm gonna
specific
go to the bathroom.
platform or a
Go for it,
specific
and I'll tell you if
console.
you missed
PC,
something.
mobile, and
Yeah,
now
Yeah.
I'm gonna let
Gen
this one
8.
finish. I think I want to see
Gen 8 consoles can play Gen
what
9
we're gonna see
content.
next.
Isn't that so
Yeah.
cool?
With cloud gaming, we have the ability, because you are connecting to consoles that are in our data centers, to allow the Gen 8 customers, the Xbox One customers, to play games that their hardware wouldn't have been able to play without it.
There's so much opportunity when it comes to thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people play where they want to. Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series
looked
S
insane. I
and
watched
X,
videos.
with beautiful and rich visuals thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials.
And they stuck the finger to
alongside
Sony because I remember
performance
that
updates.
game is also on
This is the
PlayStation and that
perfect
didn't get
opportunity
updates.
to
I
relive
know.
Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into the
Only game I played that actually playing with
Speaking
headphones
of
makes a
unique
difference.
experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be
want
taking
to
a
play
look at
that
some
one day.
immediate Xbox titles over the next few days, including
I always forget
12
about
Minutes
it.
and The Big Con.
They're
That was
also
a
talking with
PS4 exclusive
developers from
originally.
Halo,
It's
the
insane, and
Master's
then
Collection,
the
Forza
game came to
Horizon
Xbox
5,
and then they bought
Destiny
Ninja
2.
Theory.
So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring
So
in
yeah,
Mexico.
Forza Horizon 5 is
later on.
what's closing this thing. Usually that's Xbox
That
and all. Like,
includes never before seen
remember the
areas of
third-party
game map,
showcase
plus
from
cars
2020
that have never been in
that
the Forza
teased Assassin's
franchise
Creed? They
before.
kept
I
mentioning,
love
oh yeah, we have
everything
Assassin's
I've
Creed, we
seen
have
of
Assassin's
Forza
Creed, we have
Horizon
Assassin's
5
Creed.
so far,
And that's what
I
ended.
can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right,
Oh,
you
okay.
are.
Okay, that's
Paris.
new.
Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their
Oh,
newest
okay.
DLC introduces us to a new cult.
Wasteland's
The
cool.
Cult of the
Oh, so
Holy
that's
Detonation.
the expansion.
The holy detonation is life.
And Wasteland's on PlayStation, so
Deep within Cheyenne Mountain weave.
I thought that was a
Devolved
Old West
into the
game?
mutations
they own the
received
developer of
before
Wasteland,
you.
but that's one of those situations where Wasteland already had planned to put everything everywhere, and then they got bought. But because they had already announced it was going everywhere, they still released it.
Everyone.
weird.
That's kind of the catch-22 of Microsoft buying all these studios.
May the
Like,
light
the
of
situation they bought
holy
them in.
detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
Still playing it on Game Pass. Okay, here's another one. Oh,
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with InXile game director.
God, they really.
David, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you can go to the bathroom, Paul.
All right, yeah, I'm
in
going
the
to the
trailer, we
bathroom.
saw that the DLC is coming
I'll wait
out
for
on
you, and then
October
I'll go.
5th.
I'll go myself.
But InXile Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working non-stop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland 3. Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god. And, these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past, but this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
By the way,
And
Paul,
this is a
like when you
Wasteland
log
game,
into
so you decide
Destiny,
everything. Choice and
even though it's
consequences
that
are
temporary
bread and butter.
capacity, it's
And so
gonna
you
tell you
decide who
about
lives, who dies, who
you
gets
making
screwed
your
over,
name
who
the
takes
official
charge,
Bungie
deciding
name
the
for
fate of
crossplay.
the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately
pretty
all
sure
of
mine
Colorado.
should be the same,
This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's what I was going to
awesome.
start.
Yeah, it'll be the
last
same
expansion
name
was
you
the Battle
have as
of
your gamer
Steel
tag,
Town,
basically,
right?
or
You
PSN
had
ID.
giant robots and things like that.
All
So,
right, I'm going to the bathroom
what
myself.
are you going to do?
Yep,
do to
go
actually
ahead.
top
I'm
something
gonna
like
entertain
that from the
everybody
last
while you're gone.
expansion?
Right. So we wanted returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland style dungeon
I'm
crawl.
gonna tell y'all right
and
now.
in there you find this awesome mix of mystery,
ain't it, Chief.
exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat,
You
which
gotta go
are
delete
basically
things off
super
my
rad boss
hard
battles.
drive.
It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging in a
Went to
mentally
the
in a way we
restroom,
haven't been able
came
to
back from the
really
restroom,
do
and it's
before
still
with
in the
just
same
straight up
thing.
murder combat.
That's how you
All
know
you
things.
missed was my cat
reputation for
jumping
being a
up on
little
my
silly.
lap, so he's here.
Right.
Oh, nice. Hey,
What are
kitty.
some of the weird characters we can expect in some
Your
of
cat
the
knows.
encounters
Your cat
we
knows that
will
you're
see?
suffering
He
right now.
knows that I am
with
bored
Cult
out
of
of
the
my
Holy Detonation,
mind
we really got to
watching
cut our devs loose
the
and just let them be
amazing
creative and
Wasteland
fun and
3
silly. Like InXile's
expansion
modus
reveal.
operandi is.
And
I'll say
if we're,
this.
like,
Think about
brainstorming
this.
And something makes us laugh. We
Sony
just
is
put it
at their
together.
most
That's just how we do it. We
IDGAF
pick
mode
up pieces
possible.
afterwards.
They don't
'Cause we
care.
wanna make
They're not
something
doing
that entertains
showcases,
us, and then we
nothing.
know if we're having fun, our fans
Microsoft
are
is
gonna have
like
fun
had the
along with
leg
us.
start,
And
the
so
leg
we
up
got
just
to
by doing a great
explore,
E3
like,
conference.
really letting you get deep into this
And
like weird radiation cult.
all that
then you
momentum right now.
interact
They're
with them and
halting
talk
it by
with
doing
them,
an official
and
showcase
tell
right
stories
now
and like maybe even join them.
about nothing.
And so, like for instance, one of the
basically.
characters you meet, one of
Yeah,
the
because
first
it's like
cultists you meet,
these are
is
already
this
released games. They're
spattering
not like the
beast. He's
things
got,
that get your
claws
blood
and
pumping.
fangs and spikes
And
jutting
you
out.
hyping Forza
He's
Horizon
drooling,
5 as like
but
the
he's
big
the
thing. It's
nicest
just
guy
like
in Cheyenne
no.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Like you meet him and he's like, "Hey guys, you should."
I'm
like,
getting
come
more
in
and more
here,
scared.
like,
There's not
soak
going to
up
be
some of these
Halo
crabs. It'll be
date
great."
reveal. That's
And
going to
he
be bad.
Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes.
People
into a
in the
big pile,
background are
and
moving
he's
so
wet and
weirdly.
sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand.
It's like
and he
a
needs
picture that
translator,
somebody
supposedly.
animated
but he's, like,
later
your number
on.
one fan, and getting to build like this totally
So
out there,
Bungie just
wild,
released
extreme
like a big
character
write
was
up
a
to
ton of
like a
fun to write
recap for the
a ton
thing.
of fun to like explore,
So
like, what
this is
makes
what they
this
say
cult
about the
tick,
campaign.
and he's an absolute blast.
Is it definitive
Hell,
Destiny
even
2
some of the
campaign that
weapons
captures
you
the special
find in
feelings from
Cheyenne
memorable
Mountain,
activities like pre-sage and our
they're
favorite
devolved
dungeons
cultists. Like there's one
in
guy,
the
and he
campaign?
kind of
Yes.
devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature.
And it will
He
have
has
a
this
raid,
real, like,
a
"Kill
6-player
me"
activity
vibe
also.
about him. But we get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really
I
important
will
stuff
not
is at stake,
fault this
but,
guy
you know, it's the
for
Wasteland's a
being
pretty bizarre
genuinely passionate about
I
this
mean,
game.
and that's the thing. I
we
don't
talked
blame
before,
them
you've been
at all
working on
because
Wasteland
it's
3 for a
that. It's
while.
and the one I'm blaming
already
is
expansions
Microsoft.
that are out there.
Yeah.
But say I'm a new
And
player. Say I'm
I don't know
watching
how
this
much
right
of it
now, and I'm
is
like, man, I
this
wanna
isn't
get
a
into
good
Wasteland
game, and how
3.
much of it is
What would you
this
suggest
is
for new
definitely
players
not my
wanting to get
kind
into
of
this?
game,
And like
That,
I
but
said at the
it's
top,
that.
like,
valid.
Wasteland
It's
is,
that.
like, the
It's that.
best
It's just
version
not your
of itself
kind of
right now
game.
because
It's
of
not
all the work
what
we put
makes
into
these kinds of
into it over
showcases
the past
exciting.
year. And so you can get the whole thing with
Oh
the
my God.
Colorado collection.
You're gonna
That's
love the
base
intro
game
cutscene
plus,
for
Cult of the
the
Holy
season.
Detonation and
Oh
Battle of
yeah.
Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass,
I
you
am
already have Wasteland 3. Just
3
download it
minutes
and play
left
it,
on
and then you can get
downloading it.
both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this Work of Passion, it comes out on October 5th. We're really stoked.
That is awesome. So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Cult of the Holy
Detonation coming October 5th. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Barish. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including
The
unique chipsets,
Jack Sparrow
inspired by
expansion
games like
thing, the Pirates of the
Battletoads,
Caribbean
State of
thing, that was
Decay,
awesome.
Halo, and more.
That already came
Today,
out?
we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an
I will
all
say,
new
Sea of
ship
Thieves is
as
really
a
cool
part
if
of the
I had
latest
like more
wild
people to play
crossover
it.
heading
That's
to
my
Sea of
problem.
Thieves.
I don't
have it
yet.
on
This
PS
event
PC
begins
now.
tomorrow. So get ready
Because
to make some
two of my
mayhem,
friends were playing it,
and
and
let's
of course,
get
as soon
our
as I
first
bought it,
look
they stopped
at this
playing.
very special ship.
Let me know if you want to play it, and I can download it myself because I kind of want to really give that
Borderlands.
game. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's really entertaining. I love being able to like pilot the ship. It's just a shame that you really need more than just you to play it at any level, really.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event. And we were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands, into Sea of Thieves, and we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life, and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved, but if you head
cool
to the
they
arena
have
at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world,
LCD
you'll be able to
screen
fill you in on the
behind
details of what
him
you need to go
is like
do
a
to earn the
window
ship set.
into Sea
So
of
we hope
Thieves.
everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event.
I
So
feel
it
like that's
starts
it's a
today,
nice little
and it
touch
runs
of
through to
effort. The
September
fact that they
the
made
2nd.
this
So
whole
that's the
set
time
around
period
him
you've
to
got to
do
get your
that.
hands on the Mayhem ship set.
I would
And
agree
think
with
that's
that.
it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
Oh my goodness. State of Decay.
It's always
Yeah, they mentioned that there was another update. They have stuck around with State of Decay. That game was bad when it launched.
I'm surprised they did.
It's hope that brings us back
Here
together.
they go with the hope thing again.
Yeah.
It reunites.
It's like that's a theme, right?
Yeah. Honestly, it does get a little tiring when the post-apocalyptic games just really do that whole like, oh, everyone's terrible. We need hope.
That was that made whatchamacallit, that can make The Last of Us a little overbearing. Yeah,
I think
especially
that's
the second
exactly
one. Yeah.
why in the second one I did not vibe with it as much because
Everyone was an
in
asshole.
the middle of a pandemic, and everyone was a jerk in real life as well as in this game. So when they were like, the overall vibe you got was, oh man, isn't humanity horrible whenever things fall apart? I'm like, yes, thank you for remembering me.
And then the bastion for hope of the first game, Ellie, like lost
Is
that.
a complete lunatic.
Welcome back to Trumbull Valley.
And you could borderline say she almost didn't learn her lesson at all.
Oh no, but Abby did.
Well, just like zombies
Oh,
themselves,
Abby
it seems
learned.
everything old is new again. in
He got
State of Decay
freaking
2.
rocked.
And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda. How are you?
Hello, I'm great.
All right,
Great to
so
be
Paul,
here.
the
Homecoming
the
update
Witch
releasing
Queen
on
Deluxe
September
Edition
1st.
plus the
We are
30th
very
anniversary
excited to get
bundle
this into
costs
players'
$100.
You are indeed. So let's talk
Lord.
about the upcoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to
I
Trumbull
didn't think it would
Valley.
be that
We were there
bad.
for Heartland, the update. Back
But
in
that's the thing, like
2019.
at Deluxe Edition, it's like $70 usually.
So Heartland is
But the
story
anniversary is
mode
like
within the
30?
game. It's a
What?
very linear, narrative-driven experience.
Golly, I mean, I guess if that's your $100, that's going to cover you for every season in the following
open
year.
world map. It's fully remastered and it expands into two
plus the
territories that were
expansion?
completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their
Because
communities.
the deluxe edition
start new
comes with the
communities
expansion,
there,
right?
and
Itself?
really start
Yeah,
exploring
it comes in the
Okay,
expansion
so I
and
guess
4
that
seasons.
makes
Yeah.
sense. It's just weird to see all at once, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is there a benefit
So
to buying it early
the events
on?
in Heartland
Sometimes they have
out.
pre-order bonuses.
In Trumbull
So,
Valley. So we think of it
I
as
don't
the
know.
third part of our
Wait
Trumbull
until
saga
it's
that
closer.
began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since
finish
then
this
and what
copying.
storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find.
Part of me
and,
wishes
things have
Destiny,
changed.
instead of
So this
doing
isn't
Destiny
the Trumbull
2,
Valley that
they would
players
have just
might
stuck
remember.
with Destiny
So that's gonna be
Beyond
exciting.
Light.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, anytime
and
you
that's
have
the
a game
thing.
like
I
Trumbull Valley, you
think
just have to have
legalities
a
prevent them
juggernaut
to
of
do that
content,
because
pun
there is a
intended.
Destiny 1.
Talk to me a little bit about what some
That's
of
still
those
a box
are that
copy
players
and
can
all
get in
that.
on here now in the
That's probably the
expanded
biggest
Yes, a ton of new content.
their
In fact, we're
biggest
doing
regret from the
something unique
Activision
with the
days
Trumbull Valley
agreeing to
map.
that because
there are items there that you can only
they
find
realized
on
that
map
was not
and
their
nowhere else
vision.
in the
This
game,
is not a
including
series
12 new
that
hats and outfits, 10
it's
new
about
very
sequels.
cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement
I think I got
hunters.
the...
And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say,
Download
they are
is
some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who
Yes,
sees that
I
second
love
pun
it.
of the day. That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community because it's absolutely
By the
an
way,
integral
Scout
part to
Rifles
this
now.
entire franchise.
Chef kiss.
And State of Decay
Yes,
being on Xbox Game Pass.
Scout
how has that
rifles
impacted the
and
community?
hand
How has that impacted
cannons.
the
Yeah.
game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic.
Oh my God,
and,
they
you know,
feel
we have
so
an
good
amazing
now.
community. We love them so much. In fact,
You're
one of
in,
the reasons we're doing Trumbull
you're
Valley as a
in-game
map
now?
is because it was one of the most requested features
waiting
from the
for it
community, which
to
also
let me
makes
load
it
in.
very exciting for
I
us to be
am
able to say, we did
super
it, you
excited.
did it. And
Especially
we have
now
a
that I
major
just got
milestone
Dead
that we're
Man's Tale, and that
celebrating.
thing-
State of Decay 2
Rips.
has 10 million
It's
lifetime
cracked.
players.
It just
10 million
it tears through
lifetime
everything. It's
hang
probably
your hat on
the
that
best.
And that was
scout
before-
rifle I've
and-
ever
really
used.
grateful.
And that was
Incredible,
before the
amazing news.
buffs.
Congratulations to you and the entire
Right.
Wait to
team
try
at
it
Undead
with
Labs.
the
Fantastic
new rank and file. balls.
speaking of
And that was
Xbox
even
Game Pass,
with like
give me the
some
deets
really
one more
good
time when
roles
it
like
comes to the
the
update.
Night Watch.
So the update releases
the
September
explosive
1st.
payload.
It's
And I was like, it's
for all
nothing
State of
compared to
Decay
how
2
well
owners,
that
and it's included with
Dead
Xbox
Man's
Game
Tale was
Pass.
Have you
playing.
completed the
Happy
catalyst?
homecoming.
I haven't
Thank
completed
you,
it yet,
Wonder,
but I'm
very much.
almost
My
done.
pleasure.
All right, what is
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior
Also,
clans,
something I
forgotten
forgot
temples
to
of long-dead
mention, like
god
when we're
kings,
talking
and a
about
healthy
Destiny
dose of
2,
hack and
that
slash. All this
they
awaits
made it clear there's not going to be another darkness subclass right now, but they're adding the aspects into the light classes.
Oh, what is this?
Stray-Blade, okay.
Now that looks
Okay, that looks sick.
pretty fire. Let's go.
Yes.
You know, there's a game on PS4 that I want to get one day that reminds me of this called Ashen.
And that was an Xbox game originally. Yeah.
Okay, because it was made by the people that did Absolver.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the first cool looking thing that I've seen from this thing. Like
In Stray-Blade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world
Cutscene
which
is
ranges
playing
from
out.
overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Stray-Blade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, game director at Point Blank
they
Games.
needed more of this
Today, I will
rather
show you
than games that
Stray-Blade.
they already had. This is why you do these showcases.
Stray-Blade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, master the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That.
The art style is interesting.
Fable game.
As well as the blood.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons.
It's got a very
Together with your
vibrant color
companion,
scheme.
explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world, bristling with adventure.
Those are the kinds of games
Every
that appeal me
discovery holds
nowadays
treasure.
more.
Find rare materials, recipes, weapons.
I mean, think
lore
about your
pieces,
favorite
and
game of all
beautiful
time, Stranger
places.
of Paradise.
Change is part of your journey. where
Yeah,
every
it's like
victory
night and
impacts the
day.
world
I'm really
around
glad
you.
we got
When you
away
die,
from
time
that
keeps moving
whole
forward. Enemies
theme
can't
of
stay
like
dead.
brown
New
and
foes
gray
invade
because they
camps
were
that
like
you
that's
weakened.
realistic.
And when Boji
but
Dark and-
revives you,
dark and
really
drab.
this
is.
thing is certain. The change you brought
And when you
shapes
look at
now
life,
awaits you.
it's
And
vibrant
of
and
course,
colorful,
get ready for epic boss
especially
fights.
in cities. So I don't know where they ever got that idea of like, okay, everything is brown.
We hope you enjoyed the first look at Stray-Blade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
I wonder if it's exclusive.
Well, it's Xbox Series X and
Next
S,
up,
so
Yeah, but it
most
didn't say
unique
only
game
on. So
Finally comes to Xbox.
that's true.
Unique. As in, my
Crusader
evil twin
Kings, isn't
murdered
that
two of
like
my husbands
a
because they secretly
RTS?
are in love with me.
I think so, if I was remembering.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an
Yeah.
adaptation, not a direct port. Meaning
That
that
was-
you find control
that was
of the
weird.
mind to bring that grand strategy experience to a control.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience
Here
to
is,
my
buddy.
comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings
I will
3
say, besides
now.
that one moment, they've been pretty good announcers so far. I'm gonna.
Oh
give
yes. But that's the kind of thing I actually like.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and failed. He never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings,
Menus.
not warriors. With daggers, not
They are
swords.
one with menus. Do not get it wrong, my son.
Yeah.
dialogue trees.
Small-minded.
I will say I wasn't
measures
as
success
big of a
across
fan
the
of
span
Crusader
of a
Kings because it
single
was a
life.
very like macro
The
view,
real game is played
like
across
civilization, more about the
generations.
economics than the actual battles like Age of
See,
Empires and Total War.
real strategy.
Oh, by the way,
requires
Paul,
cunning.
whenever you in Destiny, when you put your armor, did you put the traction mod in the legs?
No, I know about that with the whole like they took it off and now it's like you can make a slider for sprinting and stuff.
Yeah, go to the options and put sprint turn scale to
Crusader
0.8.
Kings 3 is wild.
Okay, I am
You really
currently
haven't lived
on
until you've made an 8-year-old the king of
that
England.
intro mission.
Well, it's nice to have
So
hobbies.
You can do that in the
I've gotten
options
into
right
some
now.
Weird stuff this past year.
Well, I mean, I'm in the middle of
Weird,
like a battle.
diving into
in that
people's
mission.
brains and exploring their mental
So as soon as I can
universes
get away
projected
from it, I'm
into
gonna
a
switch that out.
psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird.
All right, let's see what they're going to talk
Exactly
about
that
with
kind of weird.
Psychonauts.
Which means I am so
This is
excited
a game
for
that came
Psychonauts
out
to
on
finally get a
Tuesday.
sequel. It has been so.
Maybe they had to
long.
remind people.
There really
Yeah.
is something special
Okay, so
about
you said
Psychonauts.
It reviewed
they
really well.
There
Yeah.
really is
modifier?
indeed. Now, think
It's a
about
sprint
this.
modifier.
2005, when
It's,
Psychonauts originally came out, was a different
sprint
time
turn
for
scale.
gaming. Most of the
Oh, I
biggest
see
games
that
that year, we're
now.
talking Resident Evil 4.
And then if you go to
Battlefield 2,
bottom
Call of
layout, you can
Duty
customize,
2,
so you can do
they
the
were
whole thing
great
of
games, for
unbinding
sure.
the
They
charged
were all
melee
big,
from.
beefy shooter games.
Oh, that's right.
Meanwhile,
Where did you say that
Psychonauts
was?
had humor,
It's in,
whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt
bottom
moments.
layout.
It was an oasis of color and humanity.
Custom, and then
in
you
an
click,
era
and then
when
you go
games
to
were
custom.
increasingly turning
Oh,
grimy,
okay, button
dark,
layout,
and
yeah.
combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer
What
for
do you have
Psychonauts.
selected?
I put the non-charged melee R1, and then the charged melee R3, and the
Well, then what's-
finisher.
Uh-huh.
And for the finisher, there's the option to like holding R3 for it to happen. So, and it works.
I don't know why they're revealing a new trailer after.
Right after the game came out.
I'm the new intern. And today,
I tell you, this conference
is
is
my first day on the
something.
job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what?
I can't wait to play it. I have it downloaded on my
Quit
Xbox.
picking on the new kid. We were all new ones, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
When men do misfires, turns our world on its side. Only one man can save us.
I'm only playing it because it's reviewed so well. Like
Really?
so well, yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Malekula's
I know PJ
power.
absolutely loves the original. Like the one
DJ doesn't really have the.
Yes. But that's the thing, like some of the things that he likes, I know like Psychonauts is one of the things that I can corroborate a lot of people do like, so
Yeah.
I know he doesn't have the best judge of character sometimes in other things, aka Skyward Sword.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know, the meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette Teatree Montgomery.
gonna
I am
try to
definitely dating
do
myself, but you all
the
welcome
Charged
from Double Fine
Melee
Productions. Thank you so much for being
as
here. Tim, can you
holds.
believe it has been 16 years? I almost said
R1.
19
See what
years.
that does.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday.
Oh, that's
it kind of
interesting.
was
Yeah,
Raz,
I
'cause
had
the
not thought about
story
that.
picks up right where the first game left
I
off.
like that you can
And even though
change
it
it
has been a lot of
so
years, it's a game
specifically.
that matters a lot to us. We
Or
really
double
like to hear
tap.
Double
You can
Fine,
do
and
like
we
a
know there's
double
lot of
tap.
fans that meant a lot to them, and so we really want to be true to the
Right,
spirit
that's
of the
really
first game,
cool.
which
so
we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people.
I really like these
Thank you. It was
accessibility
really important
options,
for us
especially
to,
for
to
people
carry the
that
legacy
can't do
forward,
certain
especially
things.
the style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back
Style
a
of
bit.
Wonk.
Of course, this can be a kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if you're
Yeah, this has gone the
Psychonauts
official
sort of
hour,
dove into
Paul.
my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French
What is
Bulldog
official
names.
what?
Am I correct?
This is already gone for an
Yeah,
hour.
that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what
I would
it
say
look like in
podcast
there?
will
What would
record
the-
tomorrow.
What would be the color of the sky, and like who
Okay.
would the monsters be?
And today I'm gonna
Psychonauts, you
upload
get to
both
do
these
that 'cause
reactions.
Raz has the power of astral projection, and when he
Our
goes in,
genuine
he gets to
Destiny
fight
2
those
reactions
monsters and
and
help people
this-
deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons.
Whatever
so
this
there's
is.
a ton of variety.
I would
and
call
there's a
it
lot of
the
anything
Destiny
goes. We
2
can go to any
reaction,
location, we can have
and
any art
then an
style,
hour
and
of
coming
us
up with,
installing
new
and
levels
talking
for
about
the
Destiny
second
2
game
while
was,
something
really fun.
unrelated plays.
Yes.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly.
Exactly.
Let's talk to a little bit about
Video
how that
unrelated.
kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain world.
Just the fact that there
and
might not
unique
be a
levels
Halo
from the first
release,
game
like release
and the
date
unique
based on
style
how
as well.
all of this is
So we're
going,
really focused on
or not even like
how we could
It'd
bring
be
teasing
even
it.
forward that
funnier
style of
if they
Wonk
did
and
this,
also bring in new levels
and
of
then
enemies.
tomorrow
Yeah,
the
of course, it
Jeff
wouldn't be
Keighley
Psychonauts
thing has the
without new
reveal for
mental
Halo.
That'd be
And I'm
amazing.
sure
That'd be
it's happening in
freaking
Psychonauts
awesome.
2.
I
What does
don't know
this
how
mean?
he would,
It
but
doesn't
he
mean basically
could,
is
I
that we're
feel.
Yes.
finally able to
Of all
slap
people.
COVID
Oh, yeah.
anxiety in the face.
Absolutely. He
Well,
like he has
I
the
don't think it's
clout.
slap anxiety in your face, but you
He's
definitely
got
get
more
the slaps
power
of
than
panic
Xbox
attacks,
itself
and
does.
COVID definitely
Yes.
caused a lot of those. In
What
addition to
if
panic attacks, some of our
Abandon
old
is
enemies
officially
have also
there?
come back. Our
Stop.
sensors are
I know.
our
I'm not
favorites,
going.
and they're
I'm
definitely here. And in
I'll
addition to
never go
that,
back
we
down
also
that hole
have
again with the
our doubts,
stupid guys.
and some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also, some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing
Ooh,
our
sticky
enabler
enemy.
here. He is our. It energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with,
Including the new Bad Mood,
including the bad mood.
which is
It's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who
Electric
haven't
storm of
played the
feelings.
original, available now on
Dude,
Xbox
same.
Game Pass, by the way. Wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills. One being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines.
Man, I feel the
swing on
new
trapezes, and that helps him
exotic that
navigate
they
and get
released
around
right now
to
for
all
like the
kinds
season
of
pass.
interesting places. But he also has this other
I
side
think
to his
that's gonna
personality, which is
be
that he's a powerful
problematic.
psychic, so he can levitate objects.
How
he can,
so?
In PvP.
use
It's a linear
telekinesis and
fusion rifle.
pyrokinesis.
Oh, no.
He has these powers which people might recognize from the first game, as well as three new powers.
Fusion
for
rifles
the
by
second
themselves,
game.
even
He
though
has
everyone was
the ability to
clowning on
mentally
them,
connect
they
thoughts
can
together, and he
really
two
crush
thoughts
you,
actually connect two
especially
thoughts
in like
together,
I was playing the
to solve
survival
puzzles and
mode,
to navigate in this game. He has the power
and
of
I
time
would just
bubble,
get
which is to
immediately
change,
bopped
and
by
slow
one
down
and
how
lose
things
a
are moving by
respawn.
changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind.
By the way, I
and
had
bring it
forgotten we got
into,
infinite
the
ammo
world
now
that
for the
he's in,
primaries.
like a companion. in
It's
the
weird.
world and puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because
It's
as
nice
the
that I
original
don't have
Psychonauts,
to
we saw Raz training to
around
be part of an
looking for
organization, and now
primary
perhaps he's
ammo.
part of a whole organization at this point. And are there other brain agents, other Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus?
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new
Confused
characters in
looks
this
on
game.
their faces.
As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately
Do we
gets
have
introduced
any
to the
of
interns.
them from other
And the
circuses?
interns
They're like,
quickly tell him and show him
yeah, we got other
how
characters.
he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at
Right
the
at the
bottom.
Yeah, so earn his way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette.
See,
Tim,
they're not even
Double
acknowledging
Fine,
that
thank
it's
you so
already
much.
out.
And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double
Just
Fine on the
pretending.
launch of Psychonauts 2.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And you can
That was
catch more
weird.
of Tim Schafer and ask him those burning questions about the newest game in the fan favorite franchise in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow. But first, we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely satisfying 4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
All right, something new. I'll take that.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover alien storm damage.
Ooh, this looks up my alley.
Have to be careful out there.
The gunk's eating everything
That
here.
does look satisfying.
This planet is literally a paradise when the gunk's gone.
Never mind. This is a game that they announced back in 2020 called The Gunk.
Yeah. Well, at least we're seeing more of it.
Bex. Oh, please, Bex.
We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you.
All the games
talking
that
to
they
Jordan
talked
is
about
always a
today?
blast, and
Are you
Flight Sim
kidding
is such
me?
a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But I was
We're gonna have to cut a
daggers of
lot
jealousy
out of this one, Alejandro.
watching you talk to Tim
No,
and
I'm
Lizette
gonna put it raw.
over at Double Fine.
No.
I will say this, I understand, but you got to play
Oh,
Psychonauts 2 already,
gosh.
so I don't even want to hear it.
No one's gonna want to
That's
watch
true.
that.
But
Yeah.
it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well. I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Play streams.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all the week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox.
We should have done that.
So make sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
But we're far from done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4, arrives on November 9th on Xbox
And that's the
consoles,
dialogue that will be
Xbox
said when
Game
Forza
Pass for
Horizon 6
console,
comes out.
PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today, so players can have it.
Guys,
in
don't
hand
worry, we're gonna
by
start
November 9th
with
when
this
the standard
awesome
edition
controller
of the
we
game
got.
launches.
By the way, do you know about the Xbox Design Labs?
I think so.
That you can customize your controller like however you
Oh,
want?
yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, it looks kind of cool. It has like the skeleton look of mine.
I like it. That's one thing Xbox
Mine is just
always
white.
had over Sony is they are amazing with
Look at
their
this.
designs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, they have some really cool stuff that you can do color-wise. With, like, the transparent, the different buttons and stuff. But Sony is very obsessed with
Brother and sister.
relatively simple custom colors.
I love I have both white controllers. Like, my
Charlie
PS5.
here, and I'm at Playground Games with
It was
Forza
really
Horizon
funny because
creative
I
director
remember
Mike Brown
when
and
the
Forza
360
Horizon art
controllers were
director
white, all I
Don
wanted was a
Alsetta.
black
Hello,
controller,
everybody.
and now that
everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Psychology.
Charlie.
You will
Hi.
always
Nice.
want
Is stunning.
what's not your
Look at
color
that. Well,
all
we
the
obviously
time.
just saw a really cool video
Like
about
when
it,
the black
and
PS4
I'll be
came
the
out
first
and the
to say
white
there was an
Destiny
amazing influence of Mexican
bundle
car
for
culture and music
PS4
literally splayed
was not.
right
I
across
wanted
the
that.
front, isn't that right?
I wanted that
Absolutely.
white
It just
PS4.
feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival. Like it's just dropped out of the game.
I
And
really
now that I
want
have a
one.
white
I love
PS5, I'm like,
And
I
there's
want
so
a
much we
black
do want to show the
PS5.
fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start.
So
So
weird.
can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and
I want
freedom
to see what
into
Twitter
beautiful
thinks
and
of this.
vibrant Mexico.
Oh, I'm sure
Players
they
are going to
must
set
be
out
having
across
all
the
the fun.
largest, most diverse
Yeah.
open world we've ever
One
built
thing I will
in
say though,
hundreds of the world's most
Forza
beautiful and
Horizon
exciting
was
cars.
one of the best
and
decisions
people think
that company
Mexico is
made.
just a desert.
Dude.
but
As for
there's
like a
so
spin-off.
much more to it, isn't there?
The Witch Queen raid
That's
is
right.
in the
Even though
pyramid
it does
ship.
have pretty awesome beaches and some
What
a
does that
number of
mean?
amazing deserts.
The
Oh,
pyramid
wait.
ship.
Oh,
Vast
from
canyons,
that
hidden
that
temples,
quest.
awesome, beautiful
Inside a
historic
pyramid
cities,
ship.
and even a towering snow-capped
That's kind of
volcano,
cool.
the highest point we've
Because
ever
I
had in
remember
Horizon.
seeing that thing. I
So
was
you
like,
talked
oh,
about
that's
how
really
Forza
cool
Horizon
looking.
5 showcases powerful,
Among
all-new
the swamps
graphical
of
features, but what
Savathun's
more can you tell
throne
us about
world
that?
lies a sunken
our
pyramid.
Mexican
Alongside your
HDR
fire
sky
team,
captures really
venture
illuminate the
inward
world
and
to the
confront
point
the
where you
ancient
feel like
danger
you're
imprisoned
really there.
within.
And thanks
Dude,
to
I'm so
Xbox
excited
Series
for
X
Witch
and S,
Queen.
ray tracing is utilized in Forza
Like
Vista
FXbox
to really
and
make
all
our
this
cars
stuff.
look
I'm
more
just so
true to real
excited.
life.
I'm
So-
glad
You'll
that we got
encounter the
to
smallest of
watch
details
that in
as
addition
you
to
travel
this,
throughout the
because if
world,
this was all we were
rendered,
watching,
in striking
It
realism.
would have been a very bad
Such an
day.
exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next
Would
up
not
is
have been
something we
great.
know that Forza Horizon fans have
Um,
definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover.
Yeah,
of
one of
Forza
the guys that I
Horizon
follow
5,
just tweeted.
featuring
This
the
Xbox
incredible
stream is
Mercedes
fine,
AMG
but I'm
1
not feeling
and
it.
the
That Destiny
2021
showcase was
Ford
so
Bronco
good
Badlands.
that this
Should we
as a
take look?
follow-up
Let's do it,
feels
yeah.
comparatively weak. Call me we get a Halo release date. That's putting it lightly. This
Yeah,
feels horrible
really. That
compared
was-
to what we got from
that
the
was
Bungie
very nicely put on their part.
And everyone's like, have they announced their Halo release date? Dude, we didn't even get that. Wow, this is...
Okay, so after you do that first mission, Alejandro, now that I have the Wayfinder's Compass, I can give up all of those Umbral engrams.
No, go redeem them. Like, once you
No,
get
no,
the
I mean,
artifact.
I can, yeah,
Once
I
you
can
get the
go
artifact, yeah.
put them into the machine that gives me stuff.
Put the artifact, like, get
Now,
the
those are
artifact
two
so then you
very
can go
different ways
later.
to explore Mexico. So what I want to know is why those two cars were chosen and
Yeah,
what
because I
players
have
can
the
expect when they
artifact
get behind the
now
wheel.
by default.
Yeah, so those
I just wanted to
differences
make
are
sure
exactly
I wasn't
why we chose them. The Mercedes AMG
showing
Yeah, I got
the
it too.
gun on
marks
it.
the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost
see what we
one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to
I
the
got the
Horizon
new hand
Festival.
cannon.
Should we check it out?
I think we should.
What's it called?
The Vulpicula.
Ooh, I
It
want to...
looks clean.
Yeah, I want to see what I get.
The 180.
A 180? Oh,
Yeah.
not the best unless the PvP, the PvE damage does help, but
it is a
180
stasis.
Yeah.
Let me see. So it's Killing Wind and Adagio. After defeating a target, this weapon fires, charges, or draws more slowly and deals increased
Yeah,
damage.
I got
for
the
okay.
I got the grenade launcher.
Nice.
And I got the
we take control of the 2021
shotgun?
Ford Bronco Badlands.
I got a fusion
atop the
rifle as
towering
well.
snow-capped
That actually
Grand
looks really
Caldera
good.
volcano.
That's a good fusion rifle. I like that.
Yeah, I got it's a stasis shotgun. It's called the Fractethus with opening shot and quick draw.
I'm gonna focus mostly on just these weapon pieces.
Oh, I got the fusion rifle also. Iota Draconis.
What was that what it's called? This one, oh yeah, the Iota Draconis, that's it. Because like, look at the side of that thing, it just looks gorgeous.
Yeah, Vance invited me to a party chat. I'll join him after we finish with this stupid stream.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty. Like, this thing looks... Forza Horizon really looks beautiful.
It does, and I love the way it plays, admittedly. I also got the Prodigal helm.
What is that?
It was an older one, if I remember right.
Maybe.
But I think I've only gotten like one of those in the
Corvette
whole time
Stingray
I've had
tearing up the asphalt towards
this
a
game.
dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
The Camaro.
Keep going.
You know, I may get this for PC one day.
I mean, Game Pass.
Well, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna get Game Pass and then get it on the PC. Does that make you happy, Allah?
There you go. It's like you can do it right now.
I know.
Like like for Halo and if Halo comes out this year.
I know, right? I got the Shepherd's Watch sniper.
Oh yeah, because you like stacked a bunch of umbrals, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't do that, so you're gonna get more weapons than I did.
Web helm.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. I remember that one. That was the sidearm. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know about you, but I've driven through environmental hazards, and that boy should not be that excited about a sandstorm around that car. That will ruin that thing. My goodness.
That's fine. This could get a little rough.
There's a cool new room in the helm.
Not even a scratch. The jungle
really?
Next up is the Porsche 911.
It's to the right when you arrive in.
I'm
gonna.
He'll take you to Marasov's place.
Clear out all of these new pieces of armor that I got that aren't worth anything. Oh, the Prodigal Cure. So the Prodigal grouping is stasis now. Well, no, not exclusively, because one of them is art, but the chess piece that I got is stasis.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That's cool. I was wondering why that would be included in this.
I will say this, like Sony, if they are planning on doing a showcase, they must be twiddling their thumbs and be hell excited about what just happened.
Oh, that's nice.
Because no matter what, this is a stumble. Like a massive stumble.
You're not gonna believe
believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going.
Wonder how extended this look is to Forza, because I wonder.
My bet, 11 more minutes.
Because it's gonna go till. Well, what makes you say that?
Showcases are 1 hour and 30.
Okay.
What do you say? First to the festival wins? Vámonos!
And on the final leg, we have the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Horizon, this is Mexico. We've already had cars falling out of the sky, but all eyes are on the superstar making their way to the festival right now. If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat, my friends. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure of your life. Did you hear that? Well, that is the last inbound cargo flight racing neck and neck with an AMG 1. So strap yourselves in, Horizon. I've seen this driver before, and trust me, they know how to make an entrance.
It sure is a racing game. It sure is a racing game. Look at that.
Yep. That's it. Alejandro, what were the sword god rolls you wanted? It was like Relentless and Whirlwind, or
Yeah, those are usually, yeah. So Paul. What a waste of time that was. My God.
Well, I'm glad we did it just in case, because who knows if something crazy would have happened.
Yeah, because and everyone does that. Usually people like to react to things because who knows? It's always good to always be ready.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're gonna have wins, we're gonna have L's. This was a massive L, followed the massive W that we got with the Destiny showcase.
True.
Who would have thought that the one showcase of the one game was gonna like trounce a publisher's showcase? It's
I know.
insanity. It's like it's just so funny. We kept talking about Destiny while over a bunch of this stuff because wow.
Which I usually don't like to do something like that, because if I'm watching somebody and what they're showing is not what they're really talking about, I'm like, oh, come on, guys. But then it was like, there just wasn't anything to talk about with this.
Exactly.
It wasn't a good showcase
At all.
except for every moment they jumped to something indie or something else that was like the gunk, which was already sort of announced. But
Yeah, the thing is that the gunk, it was like fair to them. The gunk hadn't had like a more in-depth gameplay look like what we got. It got announced in 2020, but we didn't know exactly what it was.
Right.
So other than it was in the Steam World universe ish, and the humble bundle thing of all the indies that are coming to Game Pass,
that was cool.
and the reinforcing of using xCloud if you have a Game Pass the Ultimate to be able to play literally all those games wherever you are in
if
mobile.
Psychonauts 2 hadn't already come out, that would have been a cool trailer. But it's so that was strange. But hey, I mean, we did it, and
Yes,
that's what we're here for.
Yes, and I'll say this, that they literally just fumbled the ball by doing this. And their incredibly impressive E3 conference from June was like a huge momentum swing for them. And them doing this, that was basically a repeat. Now, like Sony, it has been in IDGAF mode. And suddenly they'll now see this opportunity. Then they're going to maybe do a showcase, because of course they're going to do one, maybe super late, but they're going to do one. And then everyone's just going to forget that, especially if it's good, they're just going to forget that Microsoft has been doing good all this year. And they have actually things to show for this fall. Like still some of the things that they kept peppering here is just, man, keep adding it to the list of all the things that you can have if you are in Game Pass and on the Xbox ecosystem. But that was an hour and 20 minutes of what? Man, Keighley better bring it tomorrow. Because then we were done with showcases here from here until the Game Awards. So that was interesting.
That was something.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But
we'll
in
either
any
do a
case-
reacts for Keighley's thing or a podcast, and that'll be tomorrow. So yeah, until now, like the two reacts will be live today, and yeah, look for either the podcast or another reacts tomorrow, depending on what Keighley's thing does and at what time. I'm trying to remember what time Keighley's thing is gonna go live, because I just have also a few things that I need to take care of on a Wednesday. So
same.
Right, Paul? This was fun. It was fun getting to suffer this with you, because we also had a lot of fun with the other one. So we win some, we lose some. That's the nature of the business.
That's
so,
the way it rolls.
Paul, where can people find you?
As usual, at Twitter at Dork of Art, YouTube also at Dork of Art, and Twitch at AngelSword21. And for you, good sir?
They can find me at twitch.tv/theslayergiant. They can find me at Twitter at @_Drosegovia. They can find me at Instagram at AlejandroSegovia93. And they can find some of my written content at thecriticalcorner.com. And also in our XCape Media YouTube channel, some of my streams that I've been doing for games are going to be showing up there, just to kind of so they can kind of beef up some of the things that show up in the channel. I played the War for Wakanda expansion, and I also played a little bit of the Ghost of Tsushima expansion. I have some of my gameplay there as a live stream. You should link the XCape Media YouTube if you ever stream, Paul, so people can see what you sometimes play. That should be cool.
Okay.
So, all right.
Until
then, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, press X
to play. Adios, everybody.
Adios.